to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the gorilla himself, Darren. Dan, this is take 2. We done an interview yesterday, but I'm not going to go into how the fuck I lost it, but I lost it. But yeah, I'm back here in Rotunda Gym here in Liverpool, and I said to you yesterday what a bloody gym it is, man. It's a good place to train. I actually done 2 rounds sparring with Liam Smith and done 2 rounds cardio, some mad circuit with Deco there. But you've been in here training the last couple of days, man. How are you finding it?
Good, mate. Yeah, it's just got a good. It's always had a good name, the Rotunda, hasn't it? Obviously, but it's just got a good calibre of names as well. Like coming here, like Callum's in here, Beefy, Josh Taylor, all the lads you see now training. So yeah, it's just a good environment, especially with me now being released from the UFC. You know, there's a lot of rumours going around. So I've just been getting in, mate, and getting some different types of fitness and that, and just sort of laying off the lower body and just focusing a little bit on the boxing. So it's been good.
I was going to talk to you because, like I said, I watched the Bisping podcast when you on it, and you sort of left on your own terms. It sounded like that you want to leave the UFC to get your head right and maybe heal a couple of niggling injuries that was happening. So, again, just to reiterate, what was the thought process of you leaving the UFC, and why really?
I spoke to them at the start of the year, and I had a good conversation with them and that, and I was just like, you know, listen, maybe I just might do my own thing for the next 2 years and then come back to you and all that. And they were a bit like, oh, that might not happen and stuff. And I was like, of course it's going to happen, you know. I just need to sort of focus on my body and my mind and, you know, other things, other ventures and that. I'm like in my prime now, so there's a lot out there for me. There's a lot of opportunity. So, you know, I left on my own terms. I left on good terms, which is always good. And, you know, I think the door's always open back there, which I'm happy about.
Well, like I say, I said this to you yesterday as well, that a lot of MMA guys, UFC fighters, they have sort of like a background that they fall in, like whether it be a jiu-jitsu background and they've learned Thai boxing, kickboxing, whatever it may be, wrestling. Other guys like Conor McGregor, he had a boxing background and then learned everything else. What would you say your background is? Is it boxing? Is it Thai boxing? What would you say your primary discipline is?
It's probably Thai boxing and boxing. Yeah, I had a few unlicensed boxing fights myself. I had a lot of Thai fights. I do consider myself a master of Thai, of the striking department. I really do. I feel like I'm one of the best strikers in the UFC, who's always has been. So that is my sort of thing to fall back on, you know. So yeah, I mean, if I was to ever do something in the striking department, it's me home, as to say, you know what I mean. So I feel very comfortable.
Well, that's the thing. Boxing, they say that's where the money is. We've seen Francis Ngannou. He's looking to make his transition into boxing, that crossover. It seems like we have to see more and more of these crossover fights. So, can I put 2 and 2 together? You're in the Rotunda Gym. I've seen you hitting the pads with Joe. Can I put 2 and 2 together and think you're making a crossover to boxing?
I mean, that's what you'd like to. I don't know. I mean, as I said, since I left the UFC, there's been a lot of opportunity. I've had a lot of offers on the table, MMA and like a few boxing promotions. I'd have to see it. It'd all have to be right for me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be working for someone else. I want to be like, listen, I'm a big name. You know what I mean? I've made my name. I can sell out any arena around the world. I've proved that. You know, I was one of the first people to ever sell out the Echo Arena with the UFC. So. You know, I'd like to do it on my terms. The money'd have to be right. The opponents would have to be right. You know, we'll see. We'll see. As I say, mate, I'm only young. There's a lot of opportunity out there for me right now. So, and another thing is I can fucking box as well. You know, I can proper box. Like I can fight, and I'm a good boxer, mate. So, you know, maybe.
You mentioned names there, Dan, right? Give me some. I mean, looking at you right now, I'm going to say light, heavy, cruiserweight. Right? I don't want to be disrespectful and say cruiserweight in case you're lighter than the 200-pound mark, but you're a big man. You're 6'1", 6'2". I mean, you look at the light heavyweight division and the cruiserweight division. There's some heavy-handed in the pro ranks, but we do have that crossover, the Tommy Furies, the Jake Pauls, the KSIs. I mean, obviously that's where the money is. That's where the big money is. But when you look at the game right now in the boxing landscape, where do you see yourself, and what opponents do you see yourself going in with?
I don't know. I think you just said it right there. Like I think, like it'd be good to go in the boxing and fight some of these big pro names and stuff like that. But I mean, from what I'm seeing and from what the hype I'm gathering, like the money and the let's say the fucking hype is all around the YouTube boxing and influencer boxing right now. So it's like, you know, the Tommy Furies and Jake Pauls, the KSIs and all that. They're the ones who seem to be making the big waves, which is crazy. I mean, can they box? Not really. I mean, they can sort of, like Tommy. I don't know what to say about Tommy. He can box, like he should. I feel like he should have done Jake Paul over, but Jake's a tough cookie, man. Jake's proven that he's quite dedicated and he's quite tough. So I think that'd probably, if I was gonna do it, if the offer was right there, I think that'd probably be the avenue I would go down, because it's just, you'd be silly not to. The money's there, the fights are there. You could sell out any arena, you could sell out the Echo, you could sell out the O2, even sell out Anfield. My dream was always to do that. So
Liam and Callum on your undercard?
I think I'd be on their undercard. Yeah. I know that it was always for Callum or Liam to fight at Anfield as well, so it'd be good to get all of us on there, the whole Scouse crowd. Even do a crossover MMA promotion, get like Molly and Paddy on as well, and Tom and all that. So we'll see. As I say, since I've left the UFC now, like the past week or 2 weeks ago, there's been a lot of offers and stuff like that have come to the table. Massive offers as well. I'm like, wow, everyone wants a piece of that until, so we'll see.
I've got to ask, because Tyrone Woodley's made that crossover. He's fought Jake Paul twice in the boxing ring now. Obviously, you fought Tyrone Woodley in the octagon, but his sort of like speciality is the wrestling game, and we all see how that went down. And your speciality is the boxing game. So if you can would you do the rematch with Tyrone in the boxing ring?
I think so. Yeah, maybe. I don't think the hype would be much there with Woodley. I don't want to disrespect him, but he's not really a big name, and he's not really. I just don't like the fact that I feel like he's begging it a little bit in the boxing, like he's trying to beg KSI and stuff like for the fights. Like, I mean, I would ask to fight these guys now, but like I wouldn't be begging it. I feel like Woodley's begging it a bit, so you know, I don't know. We'd see.
Dan, one more from me then. Obviously, Eddie Hearns in town. He's here for the fight at the Echo on Saturday. You gonna get a wee meeting with Eddie and say, listen, Eddie, show me the money and I'll sign with you?
Yeah, I mean, I get on well with Eddie. That could happen, like a little matchroom promotion. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to find out how it all works really as well. Like, boxing's a bit different to MMA. So yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind speaking to someone like Eddie who knows what he's doing. He knows how to put the big fights on, and he's probably one of the best promoters in the world right now. So, but listen, there's a lot of good promoters out there in boxing. You know, the new promotion just come along, the boxer stuff like that, Misfits, all them things. They're all doing big things. So yeah, maybe go meet Eddie tomorrow, innit? See if you'll have 5 minutes with me.
Buy him a coffee. Listen, Dan, good to see you smiling, good to see you training hard, and like you said, you've got options. So listen, the future's bright, and hopefully you can get one of these big fights, and it'll be good to see it. So Dan, as always, thank you so much, brother, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.